Very important for both cooking and drinking, but also for industrial purposes.
Are you in the picture or out there? Sorry.
That's we're parts of Philadelphia and Lancaster. Yeah, we're originally from North Jersey, outside New York City.
Chose to use that balcony. If you look underneath that balcony or underneath that balcony, it's a tree ring database that goes back over 1,000 years. So generations who lived here. And this was a home. And ladies, there's a very good chance, had you lived here back in the 1200s, you would have plastered both the inside and the outside of these walls. When you're here, you do your best not to touch anything that is man-made. Look in that doorway, not really quite a home. That is more like a home. From the fires. Yes. What does it say? I so seldom get to come over here. I don't get to see it. So schivas, that is correct. And with schivas have been opened or covered. There's some red triangles. That paint goes back to the 1200s. Remember, this was a home. I'll be over there to answer any questions if you have any. I can't say for certain. We have a display in our museum. I'm not going to say like pinto beans. These rocks here called, what were they used for? Manos and
Oh wow. Good job, guys.
We are at 7,000 feet. Yep. People put their fingers in there when they're waiting to go up the ladder, and all those holes are carved by people's fingers. And so are you, big sister.
Stay right there. I'll get your picture. Stay right there. Kevin, right here.
But that's how people are going to get up.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's fine. See how quick I am?
Yeah.
You never have to say, "Is this okay?" Because as soon as you stray, it's my job. I want you to, and I'll bet you 100 years from now they're going to be looking back on us and just cringing and saying, "What did they think they were doing back then in the year 2017?" This is Cliff Palace. This is the one you saw on the History Channel. It's been on the postage stamp. It was in your 8th grade math book. It's the largest cliff dwelling in the park. It has 151 rooms. There's a story about that, going back to archaeology. Somebody in 1910 counted the rooms here. 225. And for the next 80 years, we told everybody that came here there were 225 rooms here. And then in the year 2002, Larry Nordby went through to count all those 225 rooms. There's 151 rooms and 75 open air workspaces. So come back in 10 or 20 years and see how many rooms there are then. You'd think it wouldn't be difficult, but sometimes a room has 3 walls, or is that a hallway? Sometimes it has 2 walls. And it wasn't a 30-foot ladder. Remember, half of this village is missing. There was about a 3-story room or 2-story room below it that the ladder would have rested on. Big doorway with those little movie projector type opening. That's all their work. And a window at the very far end that they plugged up. Not us.
Upright, and then the one
Yeah.
that's laying, were those there?
Those were there.
Wow, so they just built
They
around.
built when it got in the way. They either destroyed the boulder and turned it into the blocks, the building blocks, or they built around it. Yeah.
I'm going to turn around in my direction. Which way is east, and is there
Basically, the sun. What is the sun? The sun is probably southwest right now. Being in time, it's pretty much in. Actually, the sun is probably pretty much straight up south. Right. Southerly direction gets built first, and then people move out east and west from that. But facing south was the primo place to be. Not so much in the summer, but in the winter that was brutal. You wanted the sun.
Anything spiritual about the east or anything in this facility?
The Navajos built the hogans with the door always facing east. No, south seems to be the direction. Kivas, we'll talk about a Kiva later, but they're oriented to the south. The Sepop, the whole thing is a southerly direction.
They made them. Look at the, either a tree. Yeah, they didn't do that.
Closed area.
I think she dropped her sunglasses.
They're looking at the boulders that are already down here from the cave formation, and they're deciding which ones to get out of the way. And you don't just move a boulder. There's no river here. The only thing you're doing with water is drinking it in June. We just went 53 days without rain, and that's the only other water source they have: Seep Springs and rock.
Yeah.
There it is, wood and dirt and rock. And they lived so connected to know about that item. All I know about my shirt, it's the Ranger shirt. All I know is made in Mexico, of all things. The Ranger shirt.
Yeah.
And remember that had the roof. That had the roof.
Must have been in some sort of containers.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. Like.
I don't know. There's things out there called anasazi beans, which are sort of a white, white and red. So that could have been I would go with a white red bean, multicolored. And they had no beasts of burden. This is all human. The only 2 domesticated animals were the dog, which was probably used as man's best friend and in the hunt perhaps, and the turkey, which was more important for the feathers and the eggs. Not for Thanksgiving dinner. It was wood. It was you lay wood from one pillar to the next, and then from the middle of each piece of wood to the we call that cribbing up. It's like taking a basket and turning it upside down. Yeah. And then a lot of mud on top of that, and bark and more mud. It weighed 4,000, 5,000 pounds. This was a massive. Just one kiva is a big undertaking. Then let me finish with just a thought. Another experience. I was down at
Cheese. Mom's. Hey, Greg.
Thank you for the tour.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alla fine se l'80% del magazzino alle case è senza. Yeah, but the thing is that this is good also for defense, but they don't need it. It's...
No,
Look at the chunks of Come get down here.
Our phones and then more down there to here.
Hätte sie nicht.
Hätte sie wohl.
Quatsch, sowas macht die.
Das traue ich.
Devi prendere lo sfondo perché non inizia.